Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. DTNo.1 watch company, and we have got a new model, the DTX. And from looking at the picture, can you tell something different going on here? Yeah, somehow they've managed to get new screen technology in China. We're starting to see it show up on a lot of these watches. It used to be a square watch, would have just a tiny little actual display in the middle, and there'd be a big barrier around it. But look, we have a rectangular screen now in a tiny little watch format. Looks like this. We're going to turn it on and check it out. But first, of course, I want to tell you where you can get it. I know some of you want it before you even see it. From Banggood. Banggood's got a buying link in the show notes. It'll take you to this page. Looks around $25 to $30. You know, the prices change, and check for a coupon to get the price down, but somewhere around $25 to $27. Really nice watch. You're about to see it. Also, it's a DTNo.1 watch, and if you recall, DTNo.1 is the sponsor of our Smartwatch Resource Center. It's a free resource. It's a Google Drive, shared drive, and you guys have access to it anytime at tinyurl.com/Android watches, either small or low case. There's some apps for Android watches you can download that aren't on the Google Play Store anymore. There's all kinds of documents in there, a bunch of stuff. And it's brought to us by DTNo.1. So really appreciate that support. And for those of you who are new and senior people who've been here a while, I've put this thing together now. It's a running continuum of 1-minute smartwatch tips that really can save you a lot more time than 1 minute it takes to watch it. tinyurl.com/1-minute smartwatch tips will get you over to that place too. All right. With regard to the DTX and the specs on this thing, it's a 1.78-inch high-res full touchscreen display. We've got, they say, ECG, heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen, all the vitals, IP68 waterproof, Bluetooth 5.0. Folks, in a package under $30, that's really nice. You got blood oxygen and blood pressure from the diodes, dual menu style, you know how you see the apps on there, that kind of stuff. What else? Speedometers, reject a call, call ID display, that's kind of cool. Auto light up the screen, but not a continuously always on screen, and other functions as well. It's an IPS 420 by 485 pixel with 326 pixels per inch resolution. So the 1.78-inch display is going to be nice, going to be really sharp. 260 milliamp hour battery, should give you 7 days standby, 5 days usage, and take a couple of hours to charge. All right, let's look what else is in the box. Oh, look at this. I had peeled off the cover already because I've used it, but forgot to put that back on. But when you get it, it'll be floating on the screen like that. And it is representative of one of the faces. This is a bright white one, and there is a really nice bright white face you're going to see here in a moment. It comes with your choice of band when you buy it, with the quick disconnect pins in a bag. We'll put that all together. The charger is a 2-pin charger dock. Very simple connectivity right there. Nice and strong. So easy charging. A little bit of desiccant in there to keep it dry. And of course, a manual book with lots of languages, including English, we hope at the very beginning. Take a quick look at this. Gives you the overview of how to use the watch. We won't spend much time on it because you can always freeze frame it and come back, pick up anything you might have missed. And sometimes there are some subtle points that I don't cover. Here's the QR code you can scan to download the app, but I recommend using the link in the show notes because that'll take you right to the Google Play Store. And that looks like, well, we're a little bit more in here. Okay, heart rate detection. And there's a warranty, they say, and information you can put down. And I think that's it there. Yeah, so now we're into other languages as well, which is awesome that it supports all these different languages. Okay, it looks like I got something to assemble for you, and then we'll take a run through. Wow. Well, here it is, guys. I'm really impressed with this watch. First of all, the band is one of those really easy slip-on metal kind for this particular unit. Just put the pins in and open it up, and it's good to go. Yeah, and it's really nicely constructed, curved glass, and when you fire it up, press and hold the button, check out the screen on this thing. It's amazing. You get the hello in bright, beautiful, colorful, and there you go. Edge to edge, pretty well. Yeah, there's a little barrier around it, but it definitely is way better than the square ones that have a black barrier at the bottom or any of the others. We're going to take a look at this. Yeah, let me put it back on for you because I want to show you a few things. First off the bat, yeah, you can see I've had it on all last night. I'm loving this thing. This is a really cool watch. One of the things, if you've been following, oh, I didn't peel the plastic off. There's a little plastic on the bottom side. There we go. Now it's in there solid too. It's so light. I don't even notice that it's on. It's really, I'm very impressed with this one. Got to twist your wrist to light the time. Got a variety of bands in it. You got all these controls. You can go into, information, power down right from there. You've got do not disturb if you want to go into that mode. You've got all of these things, your languages, the bright screen display, which we're doing, vibration intensity is settable, your menu style, which there's a couple of different styles that you can use. Of course, the QR code for downloading the Tethering app, your overall battery and system. Now, what battery is about, and this is kind of interesting, it shows you your battery power, and it has a power savings mode that really can extend the life of the watch and just basically have it for telling time. Very sophisticated on a little thing like this. The overall system gives you your about, your reset, and again, your shutdown. And all the way back here, that's your different styles of the apps, which we'll play with later. And you have your brightness control. And it's at the lowest setting right now. I can crank it up and it gets like really nice and bright. But for the review, I'm going to leave it down really low. So that's plenty bright for us. Find your phone when you're tethered. And again, back here to the system stuff. Information, which was also in the system stuff, and you're going to look for Smartwatch 8DC, whatever, whenever you're going to be tethering it, and power off. So all of those are available. When you come up, that's where you get to your push messages from your phone, and when you go to the right, this is where you get your overall information, your step count against your goal, your calories burned against a calorie goal, and your distance traveled against a distance goal. And all three of those goals are settable. The next page gives you your current heart rate, shows you the last one briefly, and then it goes dark again while it's measuring you with green diodes in the back, and it'll give you a heart rate reading there. Here's last night's sleep time, and it's broken down into light and dark, light and deeper sleep, right? 7 hours even on that one. And here's the temperature in centigrade or Fahrenheit in your area and the weather forecast. Once you're tethered, it'll pull that from the app on your watch. And that's it here. So weather, sleep, heart rate. And by the way, heart rate, you can get your chart on here, and this is a real actual chart that develops starting at midnight, and it's when you have it turned on for this feature, it'll show you your heart rate throughout the day on the chart with your average, high and low, all of that stuff, and that's just by swiping up from the heart rate page. Cool stuff, but it gets even better. There's one thing that's really sold me on this watch. It's over here. This is all of your stuff in a chiclet kind of a format. There's 2 pages of this. There's your step count stuff that we already saw. Here are your different activities that you can do. There's no GPS in here, so it's kind of light on that. You have swimming in it, which is kind of cool. Hiking, yoga even. elliptical and whatnot. And come back here on this one, I've got a listing of your last different activity. So here's a 36-minute walk or run or something that gives me basic calories burned, heart rate, average during that time frame, and a little bit of stuff on fitness. Not a full-on fitness watch. If you really are looking for something for doing mega fitness and a lot of detail, this isn't going to be it. You can get blood oxygen, though. You know, we saw the one panel with the heart rate and the chart that evolves with that. And this one will, of course, give you blood oxygen. Again, it's using the green diode technology, and we know that red diode and infrared give you higher accuracy. So this is something you want to check that reading to make sure it's correct for you. You don't have a chart or a summary when you swipe up, so you just get one basic reading here. But you'll see it again in the app. This one, coming back to that heart, the sleep time, and this is a tethered music player, which we're not getting into, I guess, because we're not tethered. When you slide up, it gets that line up there again. You have alarms, you have a stopwatch, you have countdown timers, so a lot of stuff going on there. Here's your messages pushed, and this one is when you're connected to your phone, that's probably find your phone. And then, of course, we're back over here to your overall system and for settings information. So I skipped the ECG one, and I really want to talk about this because it kind of really sold me on it. It does do a true chart ECG. Now, I just simply touch it and hold it anywhere on the case with my opposite hand. It does 30 seconds. The first 15, 18 of them is normalizing and counting the pulses. What you're seeing on the screen is a simulation. It's not your actual heart rate. But the heart rate chart that it's creating in the background, there, you see at 12 seconds, we start getting an actual heart rate that shows up. The chart created in the background is a true chart, and you can transfer that to the app to check it out. Okay, so you saw for about 12 seconds the actual heartbeat as computed from the pulses in the ECG, different than the heart rate that we're getting from the optical diode that we took a look at over here and looked at the overall chart. So you have two different ways of reading heart rate in this, but the best stuff comes in when we get to the app, and let's go over there now. But I do want to point out the really nice, beautiful screen that this thing has and the watch faces that are available. We'll take a look at more of them at the end because you can actually download some from the app too. This is the Google Play Store. The app is FitCloud Pro. You open it, you can either create an account and log in, which I have done, or you can just go in without an account, but you'll lose everything. Now it's in the process of syncing the data. You see all of that happening there? Step count for the day. Last night's sleep time has come in, and you get the breakdown of it right here, and you get your weekly, and you can change the days and all of that kind of stuff. So that's here. You have the overall heart rate, and I could start it from here. You have specific individual ones that you've taken, and then, of course, you've got your highest, average, and lowest available. You also have that for blood pressure, although for me it's reading light. It's on the low end, and I don't see a place in the app where you can put in your calibrated blood pressure. If I were, say, 135/90, typically, I'd have to, find that difference and add it to the readings on here if this maps linearly to my blood pressure actually. So always, 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 I say this all the time, check the blood pressure on any device that you get against calibrated blood pressure that you get from your doctor or wearing a cuff or what you trust. All of them has so far been low, and it says it's on the low side, but I know I'm not, so this is off. I can start a blood pressure remotely from here. I point out these remote starting capabilities for those of you who may have a loved one convalescing from some infection and you don't want to get near them. They can simply wear the device and you can hit start and you can get heart rate, blood pressure, and then here's blood oxygen as well. And simple as doing that. It's activating it on the watch. It's not even showing on the watch. There's no vibration. There's no indication except that the green diodes are turned on, and remotely you'll get the reading of the blood oxygen, and it runs it for about a minute. So it's taking a little while to get it. Here, 97 has been what it's picked up on me in the last few days, and it's getting 97 again, 98. You see it changes back and forth as it's going, 99, and it's got 30 more seconds to run. So just for giving you some basic information to flag if there's an issue going on, you can get all three of those things immediately with that reading. But this is the fun part, ECG. But I want to show you one from here. There you go. There's the chart itself. And I can scroll through it, or I can show playback. It gives you reference information about the ECG. You can tap here and get a export chart that you could send out anytime you want to as a PDF. Okay, and all of that from doing it on your wrist. I take the ECG and then it can automatically transfer over here when you synchronize the whole watch. But wait, there's more. Let's go back into here again. You notice I could start directly from here. And when you do, something different happens. Yeah, I've been playing with it a little bit between edits. To verify this, check this out now. I'm going to take the device, I'm going to start an ECG, I'm going to touch it, and it's going to get loud here. It's going to beep obnoxiously for 30 seconds. Sorry about that. You can always turn your volume down or off if you don't want that to happen. You see the chart developing in front of you. You see the countdown happening on the watch. You'll see now the heart rate coming in on the watch, just like before. Got about 9 more seconds to go. When it's completed, the app is going to show you something different that you won't see otherwise any other way, and it's called measurement results. Check it out. The sad thing is, once it's gone, and I can't see it anymore. So I always take a screenshot of this. If you guys find out where it's hiding in the app, let me know. I got a health index, fatigue, mental pressure, physical mental load, and cardiac function. I'm going to confirm that. And I've done it. This is the reading right there. I don't have it in a report. I have my overall ECG report, but I don't have that detail of information. Really bizarre, and I would love to solve that. So anybody check the show notes, the comments. If we figure out how to bring that back, we will. Otherwise, I do the 3-finger swipe, whatever your phone uses. Make sure if you start it from the app, touch the watch, you'll get that defined, detailed information, but it's gone as soon as you leave. Okay, so that's everything here. You touch here, you get your steps, distance traveled, your goal if you've got one, your weekly, all of that's on here as well. And you see that we've got the share thing. So any of these things you can share out as well from all of these categories. And that's everything except one button here. If you hit health measurement, it will automatically do all 3 of these simultaneously, not the ECG, but you can get an overall reading directly from here remotely. So somebody wearing this, you just have to hit that once to get a quick look at all of this data. Pretty cool. Up here is a little guy. You touch that and you can start a walk, run, or hiking. I told you it's pretty lame on the device. You get a little bit more detail when you do it here, and it ties to GPS on your phone. But you have to take your phone with you. This should feed the heart rate information into this segment, and you'll be able to track your sporting activities in more detail as if you had a more sophisticated watch on your arm. The device is right here. Few highlights about this. Your message notifications can be set. You can put on, of course, sedentary and drink water alarms. I'll come back to that. You can set which, twist your wrist to see the time, and do the enhanced measurements with continuous monitoring. You want those set so that you get that heart rate chart that shows up on the band. Otherwise, you're not going to get that. You can choose left or right arm, 12, 24 hours, all kinds of things. Shake for photograph. And you can get dial settings. And on here now, they give you a selection of rectangular dials that you can put on your watch, and you can have up to one new one on the watch, your choice. And then, of course, when you pick one of them, it will download it from the cloud and keep it on the phone. So later, if you want to switch on the fly, you don't have to reconnect to the internet and download it. It takes a while to do, but I wanted to show you some results that I have here. As we go through the bands, these are the stock ones. Let's make it a little bit brighter. Which one's brightness? Here it is. How about, let's make it up to there. So you can see the bands a little bit, or the watch faces a little bit better. There's a nice blue one. Press and hold. We can come over to that X that you see in all of the literature. Yeah, it's good viewing angle on here as well. Come on over again. You've got this kind of a rectangular analog one, a lot of analog ones. And this is one of the digital ones, that one right there that I've downloaded. I really like it. Got calories and heart rate and checks the battery level and time in 24-hour or 12-hour mode, all of that stuff. So that's typically the one I run it with, but I did try some of these other ones. That's fun and colorful. The 10 never changes. I thought that might be your minutes, but it doesn't. It just says 10 with an analog watch over top of it. Some fancy graphics on here. A lot of possibilities. So that's dials that you can select within the app. Under mine, you can tie this to Google Fit, so you can transfer your workout information over there, set your goals, your overall units. We Run is supported, and your basic settings, where you get your version, account information, set it up to run in the background on the app and all of that. And that is the app, and that is the band, and this is the buying link to Banggood, where you can pick this thing up, check and see if we have a coupon discount for you. A lot of folks tell me, your coupons expire. Yeah, they do. So they're good for like the first 2 weeks to a maximum of a month. So if you like anything you see, don't expect the coupon to be there 2 years later, all right? It's available now. Really impressed with DTNo.1 putting out a watch that does real ECG. I just got to give them a shout out, because so many of the other ones use the Fundu app, and you've heard me rag on them over and over. Even though they're the sponsor of my resource center, I'm not cutting them a break. Fundu does not do legitimate ECG chart creation, but this one does, because it's using this other app. And as you can see, touching the case, you got the plates on the back. It makes the complete circuit, and it does a really nice job of it. And if you do it from the app, you also get an overall synopsis. See, there's the plates right here, the vertical plates with the green diodes on either side and the charging ports. It's a really well-made, well-designed watch. And yeah, I'd recommend it. Alrighty, gang, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.